Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, I'm going to be doing a hypnosis session influenced by random variables, a different destination, 3 different nouns, 2 different emotions, and a language pattern. All infused into a hypnosis session that I don't currently know any of those things. So I'm going to be doing it in real time, intuitively, based on those key ingredients, with the objective of creating some kind of empowering or useful hypnosis session for you. On the podcast, you'll need to trust what I'm saying is kind of randomly generated rather than prepared. Whereas if you are watching on YouTube, you don't need to trust me because you can actually just watch me randomly generate these words and things on a screen. So I'm going to do that now. So the destination that we're going to do is a place, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, is Vezelay in France. It says here Vezelay is a small town in Burgundy, a region of France which is southeast of Paris and north of Lyon. So we're going to be learning a little bit about that. There is an abbey, there is a museum, and very good for sightseeing, apparently. So we will use that as the location. The random word generator has created 3 words, which is rabbit, academy, and week. So rabbit, academy, and week. Rabbit as the animal, academy as some kind of learning institution, and week, normally the opposite of strong. And the random emotion generator has generated hunger and anticipation. Now, it's interesting that it's described hunger as an emotion, but I guess it can be evaluated that way. Anticipation, normally a thinking strategy, I would say, rather than an emotion. When you anticipate, that can create excitement or worry or anxiety, but the anticipation is normally thinking about the future. So we've got a few things here that are kind of thinking or emotion related. And now what I'm going to do is shuffle my language pattern cards and just pick one at random here. And this is the Mike Mandel language pattern cards, which you can get from Mike Mandel's website, which I think is just mikemandel.com. MikeMandelHypnosis.com. This is the 5 of diamonds. It's called installation. A common problem hypnotists have is that they fail to install the resources the subject needs in order to change. Without proper installation and reprogramming, change won't last. To make sure the change work sticks, you can say something like, and you'll only awaken from trance when all those wonderful changes are up and running perfectly. So it's checking that the unconscious accepts the ecology of the change and is willing to implement them before waking. And I'll introduce like elements of the installation throughout this hypnosis session. That's the whole point of it. Is to take me out of my comfort zone and create an original hypnosis session that I couldn't prepare for, that integrates these things. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, breathe in a sense of resourceful relaxation. And as you exhale, just get a sense that any tension, stress, anxiety is leaving your body in your outward breath. Continue to breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation, and as you exhale, if it's safe to do so, allow your eyelids to close and notice that you can give more of your attention to the sound of my voice and position your body in a way that makes you feel more comfortable and able to relax. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. That's it. As your body relaxes, your imagination can do what it likes to do most, which is play. You used to play as a child, didn't require any effort. And as we get older, we stop playing and we follow routines, habits, doing what we think we have to. We give permission now for your imagination to play. And one of the ways in which you used to play as a child was to imagine yourself in different environments, being a different person, different situations. And I want you to use that same playful part of your imagination to imagine that you are visiting a town in France. Perhaps you've been to France before, but I want you to imagine a particular town in France called Vezelay. It's not a big town. Only about 500 people. But it's a beautiful town. And for such a small town, it has a large cathedral. The Basilica, Sainte Marie Madeleine. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine that cathedral. I want you to imagine a large stone building. A big square in front. Gothic style almost, with big arches and crosses on the top. A disproportionately large cathedral for such a small town, and I want you to imagine walking inside and imagine the entire cathedral is just for you. Imagine there are big arches above you, rows of almost separate sections, an impressive altar. And I want you to imagine taking a seat so you can see the impressive grandeur of this cathedral in this location. And in that place, imagine closing your eyes. And I want you to imagine a playful rabbit. Maybe it's a tiny white bunny rabbit, or maybe with different colors. And I want you to imagine this bunny rabbit jumping around, hopping around. And I want this bunny rabbit to represent intrusive thoughts. Because every now and then there will be thoughts that pop into your mind that you didn't request, you don't need. They just hop around like a bunny rabbit. But I want you to imagine, no matter what the content of these thoughts, they are as harmless as a rabbit. Doesn't matter if these are old painful memories, harsh criticism, memories of traumatic moments that are distressing in some way, or just beliefs that are disempowering. I want these thoughts to be as harmless as a fluffy bunny rabbit hopping around a field. And notice that when you see these thoughts as a fluffy bunny rabbit, it gives you a sense that you get to observe them, but almost that you don't care what the thoughts are or what the bunny rabbit does. If the bunny rabbit hops around, it hops around. If it gets closer, it gets closer, but it doesn't matter. And many of these, what you used to think as distressing thoughts, are just as harmless, or even less so, than a fluffy bunny rabbit. I want you to get a sense that you are updating the academy of your mind, the academy that stores all of your beliefs. And you might have had an old belief in there about that if you think certain things, then it means certain things. I want you to update that belief now so that in your academy of your mind, you have a stronger belief, not a weak belief, but a strong belief that thoughts are just thoughts. Sometimes they're useful, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're helpful, and sometimes they're not. But any idea that a thought can harm you, that is a weak belief, and you're now replacing it with a stronger belief that you can utilize your thoughts, harvest your thoughts, mine your thoughts, but these thoughts can't damage you. They can't hurt you. They're just as harmful as a fluffy bunny rabbit hopping around a field. And notice that as you update that belief in the academy of your mind, you start to wonder, what other beliefs are not true and are not useful? I want you to unlock a hunger for living your best life. There's been times in your life where you felt hungry for food, but I'm talking about the times in your life where you felt hungry for change. To do something different, to live at a higher standard. That hunger to live a higher quality life means that you need higher quality beliefs. Beliefs that empower you, not limit you. Beliefs that take your life forward rather than keep you stuck. I want you to imagine that you are in this academy, almost like a library. Some people are studying, but there is lots of books. Each of these books represent beliefs, and I want you to imagine that the librarian of your mind is replacing all those old books that represent disempowering, limiting beliefs. And one by one, it's just replacing them with strong beliefs. Taking out the weak, replacing them with strong. Taking out the disempowering, replacing them with empowering beliefs. And this librarian of your mind is a higher power within your mind. It knows what beliefs are useful and it knows what beliefs aren't. And you can observe as book by book gets replaced with stronger beliefs, more powerful beliefs, perhaps beliefs that you are capable, you are worthy, you are strong, you have the ability to learn, you are capable of more than you ever think possible, are just some of the beliefs that perhaps are changing in that academy of your mind. Continue to see that librarian change, belief after belief, and notice that your hunger to live a better life is growing. You're unlocking a positive, powerful anticipation of the future. That in some strange way, what's happening in your mind, in this academy, inside your imagination, inside a cathedral, inside a small town in France, is unlocking a hunger and an anticipation to live a life that you are truly deserving of. A profound life. A life where you impact other people, you pursue your goals and dreams, that you are deserving of the very best. The best friendships, the best relationships, the best of everything. Inside this academy, continue to see the books being replaced. And I want you to accept the suggestion that you'll only return from the academy back into that cathedral when all those wonderful, strong beliefs have replaced all of those disempowering, weak beliefs. Maybe it takes a few seconds, maybe it takes longer, but only when all those beliefs have been updated, entrusted by your powerful subconscious mind, will you then return to feeling like you're back there in that cathedral, in that town, that picturesque town in France called Vezelay. And there you are in that cathedral again, looking around at the wonderful architecture, but feeling that those beliefs in your mind have changed. And then you realize that the academy, the bunny rabbit, the cathedral are all just thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams. And very soon it's time to return to your physical body completely in the present. But you'll only return to your physical body in the present when your subconscious accepts the ecology of all of those changes, all of those updated belief systems, changing weak beliefs to strong, and believing that thoughts are as harmful to you as a fluffy bunny rabbit in a field. When your mind has accepted those suggestions, then it's fine to return to the present. And when you return to the present, you'll feel in your own physical body, being aware of your fingertips, your toes, your breathing. And very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling empowered, resourceful, hungry to live your best life, anticipating a future where good things will happen and you'll learn from anything that doesn't go your way. You will awaken feeling wonderful. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, as you are 100% physically present in your body, listening to my voice in the moment. Now, starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.